Alright guys, so this is my buddy Ryan's new F-150. New to him anyway. It's a 2016 and he wanted to put a cold air on it, so we decided, okay, we're going to make a video on how to install this Spectre cold air intake in black powder coat for the F-150 5-liter, because everybody drives a friggin' EcoBoost now. Like I said, we're trying to salvage good old American V8s here. So what we need to do is, first and foremost, you're going to want to start disconnecting the intake, which is no more difficult than unclamping that first clamp on the throttle body right there. And that was a 7
millimeter. Yeah.
7 millimeter. Next thing you want to do is disconnect the PCV hose, and that's going to be a problem.
There's a clip on it.
Okay guys, you're going to want to like push down on the tab to remove that first.
There we go, I felt it move that time.
Get up in there, man. Alright guys, so we had to use a little screwdriver to help us bust that clamp off there, but it came off. Just slide that off, and then you got to do the other hose on the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and say the same method. Use that to pop it off without stabbing yourself would probably be the preferred choice.
Yeah, you know. Fun is it if there's no blood at all.
Well, that's true. If there's no blood in it, did you really earn it? You know, that's the day-old question.
Alright, pause.
Okay guys, so we're going to take the top of the intake off real quick to help kind of get this out of the way, maybe give Ryan some more room, because that second hose is being kind of a pain in the balls to get off there. So go ahead and remove that. That was what, 2 clamps?
Yeah, just these two
clamps right there, and then it literally folds into there, and then there's your
hose clamp.
There's your hose clamp. So we're going to try to attempt to get that second line off.
I can just find the
It's funny because they say just squeeze down on it and pull it off, and I'm calling bullshit.
I just gotta find the pressure point.
It's got to be from the bottom. Like I said, that's that little piece right there sticking out. That's got to be part of it.
There's like no part that makes it move though, you know what I mean? Like that, I could actually feel a little spring
take a
loaded
look.
there.
Yeah, go ahead. Oop. Yeah, I think that's why it'd be easier if I had something to.
There we go. Hang on, guys.
Go ahead.
Alright, so after a lot of trial and error, it's this tiny little ledge right there. You want to grab that and pull out on it, and then that'll pull right off. I feel like an idiot, but hey, we got to figure it out. So.
Hey, you know what? We're the only ones on YouTube that have showed it so far.
Yeah, everybody else does a quick cut.
Okay, so next thing, remove the air filter, which that's almost a brand new air filter. Holy crap.
It is. It's pretty much brand new.
Right on. Okay, so for the next part of this, Brian already pre-assembled the actual intake box. All it is 4 screws with 4 nuts, 2 on each side, on the inside there, and then obviously you need to wrap this and then cut it to fit. You'll cut off about 4 inches of excess that we saw.
And that snaps right on the...
And then this is supposedly supposed to snap right onto the factory air box.
but because I'm doing it, it's not going to go easy.
We lost that side.
There we go.
All right, so I mean, that's fairly secure. I'd like to see it a little bit more secure.
This is going to rest on the hood, I think.
Yeah, you're right. That's what it's supposed to do. Yeah. And then with that seated on there, it should create a vacuum.
All right, pause. Let's assemble this part.
All right, guys. So we just noticed apparently there's two little pieces of rubber sealing material here that you're supposed to put on there, but you're gonna have to trim that too. So it says nothing about the sides.
Instructions are pretty vague on this part.
So I'm assuming this is how it's gonna work. However, that looks like it's gonna make a much nicer seal now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's a lot tighter fit too.
Yeah, no, that's much more secure.
I'm thinking that's all that's for.
All right, guys, we're going to go over our inventory real quick here, and then we'll go to the next step. Okay, guys, next you're going to get this plastic piece. It just sits right in there, and then you'll use the big clamp to tighten it down. Actually, okay, guys, so we installed the clamp on there with the velocity. I guess it would be almost like a baffle.
Yeah.
Okay, so that sits in there like that, and then you're going to attach the accordion section of this. Clamp that down, make sure you put the other clamp on, and now we're going to have the tube. Now make sure, before you install this tube, there are two little ends that sit on there, and that's not going to do shit for airflow, clearly, so make sure you take those off.
And we know that sounds stupid, but I guarantee someone out there
They would not have had to put it in the directions unless somebody frickin' did it. All right, guys, so you want to install the silicone hose onto the throttle body. Make sure the bands are in place before you put the tube on there, because clearly you can't slide the bands on the tube. So, and then I guess just weasel it through there to make it fit into the holes. There's one.
Honey.
There's almost two. Is that on there all the way? I think so. Okay, guys, now that's on there, tighten up your band clamps. All right, guys, so that's pretty much the installation process of this particular cold air.
See what's up.
It looks pretty secure here.
15 minutes.
I'd say, yeah, grand total of 20 minutes to install it, as long as all the parts. Oh, before you do anything, one last safety tip. Make sure you reconnect your hoses.
Oh, yeah.
And then we're going to start this thing up and see what it sounds like, and then we're going to take it for a quick drive. All right, guys, it's running. Seems to be good. I don't see any leaks or anything. All the stuff seems to be tight, not coming out.
We're having a
issue with that, but we think it might be a smidge too long, so we might have to deal with that at a later date. But I don't hear any vacuum leaks, so we're going to call it a win right now. Okay, let's take it for a drive. All right, taking this 2016 F150, we just installed a cold air on for a ride. On level install, I'd say it was pretty easy. 20 minutes really. Except for the stupid, the hoses are the worst part about it.
Yeah.
The PCV valves.
Everything else went on super easy, and then that stupid hose. The second one clipped right on.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't know how else to really say. The only thing I could stress, though, we noticed, make sure you really, really hammer down on clamping that filter to the baffle. That's, because it's not hard for it to fall off. You can hear it, but it's not super loud.
We'll get out here on the road and we'll hammer it.
Yeah.
careful here.
Dude, it really sucked to get pulled over by the cop that was joking around with us. You know what the problem is? You were speeding.
I was going too fast.
Sounds like a cold air.
Sounds good, yeah.
It's actually really quiet. That's kind of funny. Usually cold airs are a little louder than that.
I want to say they just chipped hard this road.
They did. There was a sign by that said freshly tarred and chipped. Or fresh tar and loose gravel.
Didn't see it.
How's it feel?
There's a tiny bit more throttle response. I'm not going to say it feels like we added 40 horsepower or anything.
Well, because clearly we didn't.
No.
But, like I said, man, let her open up a bit. Just give her some shit. This thing shifts weird.
I was kind of letting off the gas. That was my fault. I'm a little nervous on this gravel now. I'm getting on an actual paper right here.
Alright, let's see what she does. Not bad.
That sounds pretty good.
Not bad. Like I said, guys, it does what it's supposed to. It sounds like a cold air. Like I said, it's still actually really quiet compared to some, but then again, this truck's pretty quiet to begin with, so. But anyway, guys. Alright, guys, so that's gonna do it away for this video. Sorry it's gonna be a little cut up, but we were kind of going along not knowing what we were doing. So, like I said, we're gonna call that a day, but that's how you do it. If you want to, leave a comment down below asking any questions. I'll answer them the best that I can. If you like the video, hit a thumbs up for me, or tell us something we did different. Tell us how to get that PCV valve thing clipped in like the way it's supposed to, if you can. But I think the pipe's just a smidge too long. That's what Ryan's thinking.
The pipe on the intake.
On the intake system is a little, just a smidge too long. So anyway, guys, that's going to do it for us. I'll see you next video.